Alright, we're here. Dude. What game is this? Hello Lilium, it is Umineko, so as you are aware, spoilers everywhere for you. Missed the last couple of streams, where are we now? Well, if Lilium isn't here anymore. Okay, so two major things that happened. I don't remember how much you missed, but the two major things that have happened is that Eva became the new Beatriz, and now she's going all crazy mode and killed Maria and Rosa. And our Beatriz is now all sad and a soggy wet cat because Butler doesn't like her anymore. We peak later though, for sure. I got clickbaited, chat. What? By what? By what? It's not clickbait. There's no Homestuck today. It is the truth. Oh, thumbnail's Elden Ring. Whoops. I'm so sorry. It's not actually the thumbnail, it's my channel banner. I forgot to put a thumbnail to this stream, which automatically just puts the banner as the thumbnail, so... Ooh, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Yeah, I keep saying this, but bro, it's never reading Umineko. Oh, this is true. This is true. I heard if Lilium isn't here right now. Oh my gosh, why are you still here? Yes, I did see the Jello death. The whole scene was very fun. I said it in the server, but I very much like this new Eva compared to the previous Eva we had. Can we start doing private streams that require Umineko code membership to join? I mean, it is possible. I can just make it unlisted and only, you know, show it to you guys, but nah. Okay, well, I must leave. Yes, farewell, Cascalane. Thank you for saying hi. These guys are never ready to be there. We can only hope. We can only hope. But yes, I agree with Phoenix. I very much like this new Eva compared to the Eva we have. Farewell, Cask. I will stay believing you. I will stay believing you. I have faith. And you will finish before me. No way. Forget everything from the last 5 minutes. Okay, very well. We're starting now. In 2030? We're starting. This is crazy. I know these are 5 to 8, but still, only 2 tabs left. Crazy, crazy. I'm starting for real, Cascalade. Lilium, out. I am for real starting now. Farewell. Okay. I'm thinking. What did I say last time? The last time, the way I chalked up. Wait, no. Sims must have done some insisting glazing to get Cass to say he's gonna read. Much respect, crowd. Anyways, has the Google Doc been updated? Because I remember Ronove said a red line last time of the off-screen discussion he had with Butler about Maria and Rosa, and I want to look at that again. Let me see. Okay, a mention called Kowadorian. In the past, the pair actually had a conversation like that in this place. Wait, no, this is old. There are no more than. Yeah, no, this is old. It hasn't been updated. Y'all been slacking. I'm on it, bro. Hold on. Anyways, let's see if I can remember while he's updating. Because I don't think it was a big deal at all. It was just saying that it wasn't accidental and it wasn't a suicide, I think. And then Butler said that he thinks Rosa killed Maria and then she tripped and fell or something. But what I've been thinking is that Eva really did. Yeah, okay, now it's coming back to me. Okay, that Eva really did kill Maria and Rosa, like the actual Eva. And the whole thing with her being sick in the room, I think that Hideyoshi is just covering for her as well. Like, I don't know if he's in on it, on the murders. Probably not. I don't think he's in on the murders. But for some reason, he covered for her. Like, maybe she had to go outside. Like, Hideyoshi loves Eva so much, and he wouldn't suspect Eva to do something so hideous. So, like, Eva said, I need to go outside for a little while, and then she came back and it's like, Hideyoshi's like, okay, cool, we'll come back. But then when Hideyoshi heard that there was a murder outside, Hideyoshi was like, no, there's no way that Eva would do that. It's not Eva, so... But she was outside, it's gonna make her look suspicious, so I'm going to lie for her, because I know that Eva would never do that. Even though she did, but he doesn't know, you know? It makes sense, Anyway, yeah. I think that's what I said last time. Why am I in the wrong Google account? Why is my screen dirty? Who did this? Anyways, we can play the game now. Certainly the body cannot last with nothing more than a small breakfast, but... Of course we understand. Still, as time passes, it'll get darker and darker out. It's probably at its brightest now. It's the most convenient time. I missed her. Please become a good character again, please. I am the slop on your screen. No, I just mushed you away, I'm sorry. Only about an hour has passed since Rosa-san was attacked. This is simply too reckless. It was only natural that Natsuki was yelling about recklessnesses. After all, Rudolf had said he was going to the mansion to get food. Certainly on top of their fatigue, their hunger was tormenting them. In the beginning, a mild level of hunger had been just what they needed to fight off the drowsiness. However, it now just made their minds hazy, since it was still only midday. Only their bodies felt— neuron attack! I just been mentally flashbang because of the old brother that Sam said. Made me remember that last stream I realized that Natsuhi peaked in high school, as I said, and now she will never get— Oh, why did I have to remember it? It's fine. Eva's becoming a good character now, it's fine. And surely next episode Kyrie is gonna become a good character. Jessica! whatever. And I also remembered that I realized, I don't remember if it was last stream or last stream, that I realized that the epitaph is impossible to solve, and that made me mad. And I remember why I now hate Umineko. I should have never started the stream. I was blinded by you guys crying and shitting about me streaming that I forgot why I said I would uninstall forever. Sigh. All the women are good characters. Have you seen Ryukishi when we say all the girls, we say all the girls in Ryukishi? I'll believe. Golden Land 3, whatever, bro. What is it? Okay, never mind. We're good. Everything's good. You know, I might finish this game today. Oh, it's so cute. It's for Mother's Day. Oh good, you can't be doing that on stream, bro. That's enough. Yes. Okay. The way you just immediately imagine a little flash recording. It really did. It was Sems. It was Sems that did it by saying, "Oh, brother." That just made you remember everything. The PTSD. Put the Umi in the bag. He ain't finishing this. Whatever. Can I play the game? Only midday, and their bodies felt like they were reaching their limits. The thought of going to the kitchen in a mansion and bringing back some food certainly was attractive. I am opposed to this. It may be a little rough, but we definitely shouldn't leave this place.
Don't worry about us, but it would pain my heart to keep the children hungry. I must be responsible as parents.
For once in your life? Whoa, out of character. Dear, now that father is dead, you are the Ushirimiya family head. It is not permissible for you to take on such danger. You're right. It's like Natsui-san says. Kao-san, you should remain here as our leader.
Like he ever acted like one. Then who will go to the mansion? I think it should be Kyrie and me and Hideyoshi-san too. Hideyoshi-san and I have guns. They shouldn't be able to lay a hand on us that easily.
Rosa had a gun too. This is why she's the best! That's what I was... Okay. Rosa-san also had a gun, but she was attacked. I want to be dangerous.
When I went out to check on Rosa and Maria-chan, I had a gun, but I was alone. And yet, I wasn't attacked. Maybe they'll be cautious if their opponent is a man.
I need to stop. I'm bad. It's bad out here for me. It's just literally everything. It's a Homestuck reference to me now, and I need to stop. Red updated. Right. You're right. Let's see if this refreshes anything. There are 5, one for each servant, referring to the master keys in this game. Furthermore, all of the doors and windows on the 6 rooms are normal, and otherwise which can lock them without a key. Such an auto-log, the 6 rooms these 6 are all dead. Kinso, Genji, Senran, Karan, Goda, and Kawasawa. There is no one hiding in the 6 rooms. The 6 died instantly. However, Butler-sama, only the victims are inside the rooms, and no other people exist inside the rooms. The 6 were not killed by traps, none of the 6 committed suicide. There are no more than 18 people on this island, they keep saying. It's funny that they keep saying it, because it ain't true. There's 19 people. Wait, who said that? Wait. I'm so sorry. But does anyone remember who said that last line there? There are no more than 18 people on this island. The latest red line that I've heard. Was it Ronove? I think it was Ronove, right? Dude. I'm sorry, Ruby. I'm sorry. I always thought it wild how different the size of those guns are. Right? I don't know if I mentioned it or I just thought it. I think I just laughed in stream without elaborating. But when they first showed the sprites, but it Kraus and Rudolf holding the guns was so funny to me. It just looked so odd. You are to be blamed. I did nothing. All the Deltarune fans reading Homestuck is just undiscovered. That's true. That's true. It's because there was a lot of things. I had 2 Homestuckian friends, Yellow Lags and Ruby Tomato, which made me want to read. Then there was the whole drama going around on Twitter of Deltarune fans saying, "I don't care if Toby worked on it, I'll never read it." And I was like, nah, I cannot be like them. I gotta read it. And then what was the other thing? There was a third thing that really made me want to read. Oh right, everyone glazing Cascade, and I really wanted to see it for myself, and well, it was very much worth it. Virgil said it. Okay, if it's still that's odd. No, it's not odd. Okay, so remember my thought process on there are only 18 people on this island conundrum is that since Beatrice said it, she said it, a long time ago I said how the Reds are infallible. Reds are just truths that Beatrice believes, or at least whoever is saying them believes them. Even if it's not true, they believe that it's true. They just cannot consciously lie while using a red. So that is why I thought that there are only 18 people on this island, said by Beatrice, means that she doesn't see herself as... No, because the first time she said there was only 18 human beings on this island or something like that. She specifically said human or some sort of humanity, which made me think like, oh, she's being coy because she's not a human, she's a witch, so there's a 19. But now, I also would have believed that if Ronovis said it, because he's also part of Team Battery, so he would be coy as well. But now we have Virgilia here saying it and using people, not humans. So maybe that theory of mine is crumbling. I still choose to believe it, but for now, I won't fully believe it. I'm just something to think about. Episode 3 and you're already denying the belief. I've been doing that. Don't. I believe nothing. Me? I can't. I never finished it. You don't need to finish it. It's just that Homestuck, and when you were literally like, without me telling you anything, you showed me my tweet of me saying that I started reading Homestuck. So you are a Homestuckian. So yes, you count. And yes, Cascade is extremely thick. Yeah, I remember you saying this now. Yes. Okay. 18 minutes and we've read like 3 dialogue boxes. We'll have 2 men, and even 2 guns. Those 2 will act as guards and will transport our cargo using the cart. I believe the situation will be significantly different than it was for Rosa-san.
If you're counting on me because I'm a man, I'll be happy to help. I may not look it, but I am built up pretty strong from pushing footstands around. Leave the heavy lifting to me.
You men can devote yourselves to guarding. There's a folding cart in the servant room, and using that, I should be able to handle carrying the food. Of course, we'll be careful. And if we can succeed in this adventure just once, there won't be any need for us to take risks again. Is there any way I can get you to rethink this? It may be painful for everyone to deal with empty stomachs, but even so, we do not know what is happening outside now.
We'll take care. And Eva's feeling pretty darn bad right now. We can't let her stay hungry. If her stomach's empty, she can't take her medicine. I'll have to go out for Eva's sake as well. How is Eva? Looks like she'll finally gotten to sleep. She has a high fever. If we just leave her be for a while... You can't just stand still when it comes to your wife's health. Understood. I'll give you permission to go outside.
Can I be the Umineko guy? No, I never said you were the Homestuck guy. For me, Yellow Lax, my other friend, is the Homestuck guy. You are definitely 100% the Umineko guy. Like, above all. You are You are Umineko itself. Do not worry. It's just that you're also a Homestuckian, just not the Homestuck guy. Can I be the smart guy instead of the guy? You've been the smart guy, and also you're the mind wave guy in my mind because you're the one that I love. I love the game. I can't wait for it to come out, and I'll always associate it with you. We good then.
It will take a little trip here and there and back. A speed contest. Canned food's okay, right? You at least have a can opener here, don't you?
Yes, we have a can opener and a bottle opener. There's running water in the guest house, so we won't need anything to drink. We need to get 10 people's worth, so no being picky about what you get.
Alright, why don't we dash out and bring it back quickly? There's no time to open umbrellas. See you, Aniki. I trust you to look after this place. Take care. Under normal circumstances, I'll want to go too. Being a man, I despise how this title of the oldest brother prevents me from lending a hand in an emergency like this. This is about the only time we get to show off. Sit back and take it easy every once in a while, Aniki. Okay, Natsuki-san? Wait here and get some towels ready, or something. We aren't using umbrellas, so we'll be soaked to the bone when we get back.
They're dead.
Understood. Take care.
Rudolf, Kyrie, and Hideyoshi, each leaving their own brave worlds behind, left the lobby. Okay. Kyrie dying is gonna suck so bad. I really hope the next episode gets her time to shine. Rudolf and Hideyoshi dying. Hideyoshi's gonna be sad because of Eva. Rudolf again. I wish he could get more time. All of these deaths suck. Like only Hideyoshi I wouldn't mind too much. It would suck because of like emotional reasons, but not from a storytelling position. Because Hideyoshi has gotten a lot of time to shine. Honestly, Hideyoshi's a really cool character. But Rudolf and Kyrie need it so bad. Sorry to say when the shower says is like not the smart guy. I disagree. I think he's pretty cool. I want to see the list of who's what in your friends. Honestly, it would be pretty fun. Because yeah, it's a genuine thing that when I think of certain people, I think of the piece of art that defines them. Like you're stuck between two, Resident Evil and Final Fantasy to me. Cask is obviously Dark Souls guy. Meta to me will forever be the fighting game guy. Even though he's such a Dark Soul head, I connect him more with fighting games, especially Skullgirls. So literally everyone has one. Compared to the time Rosa and Maria had gone outside, the winds were much stronger. Rudolph's group of tree people jogged through the rose garden without umbrellas, holding their guns in a folded cart. If everything had been still and quiet, without the wind and the rain, they would probably have kept their ears open and moved with caution. Let us start with the worst one. But in the rain, even if some suspicious person was hiding nearby, it would be difficult to notice them. Because of that, it had been Rudolph's plan to instead dash through the dangerous area. If there was a chance that their opponent was equipped with a gun, then walking slowly with their guard up would only make them targets. Taking swift action was probably the correct choice.
The Rose Garden. It feels like we were just asking to be attacked. Please, let nobody come out of there.
Even as Rudolf and Hideyoshi continued to run, they looked around restlessly, vigilant of their surroundings. Wait, it's the wrong thing. Crap, what's the button? I forgot everything. Okay. The 6 chosen by the queen. Wait. Yeah, 6 chosen by the king. 2 who are close. So this would be the head, the chest, the stomach. Okay, we're missing the knee and the legs. Okay. Rosa and Maria's death had not been caught by a projectile weapon. However, it was easy to suspect that the servants had been killed in such a manner.
Will they come flying out of the dark? Or will they take careful aim and snipe from the shadows? Either way, they couldn't relax their tension for even an instant. Even so, when they reached the overhang in front of the entrance to the mansion and escaped the reach of the raindrops, they felt themselves breathing a sigh of relief.
No problems with the first step. Unlike how it was for Rosa-san. Maybe they can't get their hands on us easily. I'd like to believe that. Kyrie unlocked the door when we keep on lookout.
Sure. Returning home to the mansion with a pair of SPs makes me feel just like an executive.
If we had a welcoming party of servants with a red carpet, it would be perfect. A welcoming party, huh? You never know. Be careful.
As the two cautiously surveyed the surroundings, Kyrie unlocked the entrance with the master key she had been given. It's open.
Yoshi-san, you should take the front. I'll keep an eye on the rear. Understood. Kyrie-san, try not to move from my shadow. Okay? Let's break in. Rear guard, roger that. Cover it.
Oh, they're such nerds. Man. Even in a situation like this, you're just playing around, aren't you?
Give it up. That's how men are. Seriously though, that stench is awful.
It felt like the air in the mansion was stagnant with the gloomy silence. And on top of that, it was still thick with the stench of Kinsel's burnt core from the boiler room. And they were stuck with an uncontrollable desire to leave the mansion.
No problem in the front. Just a short dash to the kitchen. Let's finish this quickly and head home. This suit will get fumigated with Dad's stench.
The three of them dashed towards the kitchen.
Sigh. Wait, I'm the rhythm doctor guy. Please say it. But first, like, my guy kin assignment is just what I think, not what you actually are. All right. So I don't doubt that you are the rhythm doctor guy. Second, every time you talk about it, you just talk about it to tell people to buy it. I haven't actually seen you talk much about the actual game itself, so that's why you have not become that guy to me yet. Silly witch. The dolphin is back. Spoilers, yeah, you're right. I do need to play it. I know. That's the same thing with Ghost Trick. Anyone who wants to be the Ghost Trick guy cannot be the Ghost Trick guy because they cannot recommend it to anyone because that would be spoilers. They just gotta say, please play it, and that's all I can say. I haven't played Ghost Trick, by the way. No spoilers. One day, if anyone even knows what that is here. Hello, cat. Okay. And after they disappeared from the entrance hall, the new witch appeared there. They were lured out just as planned. They got caught in my trap. The witch grinned. Thinking about it now, no matter how unbearable their hunger had grown, it hadn't even been a few hours since Rosa and Maria had been attacked and had lost their lives. In that case, why had they needed to recklessly leave the guest house? Until that question could be dealt with, the only answer was that they had been culled by the witch's magic. What reckless people! They'll never leave this mansion alive! Seal yourself, luck! Seal yourself, mansion! The instant she proclaimed that, the mansion was sealed off into a separate world. Unless her barrier was undone, no longer would anyone be able to exit this mansion or enter it. Okay. Oh my gosh, no, wait. I'm already making moves on the chessboard without the whole scene finishing yet. I was about to say, okay, so if the whole thing is gonna be that the door was locked, it means that one of the three in the party here has to be a culprit somehow. But I didn't want to believe that because none of the three here do I suspect. Like, maybe Hideyoshi, right? Because there's a possibility that he's in cahoots with Eva. But I just thought something else immediately. It's Kinso. Kinso's still alive, as I've said, and he has been in this house alone this whole time. So the moment he saw them enter, he locked the door. That's what I'm thinking right now, and it makes me happy. But the more I think about it, the more it falls apart because how is he going to lock it like permanently? What door can you not open from the inside? Well, maybe Hideyoshi and the others, it's not like... Yeah, okay, never mind. Because I was thinking, if the whole thing is going to be that Hideyoshi and the others are going to try to escape and they can't because the door is locked, well, how is that possible? All doors can be unlocked without a key from the inside. Unless, like, there's something about mansions, I don't know. Maybe. But either way, that's like a minor thing. The major thing is, how did he lock it if we are supposedly in account of all the keys in the house? Wait, let me read the red. The scene hasn't finished. Whatever. Where's my list? Okay, so all 6 master keys, key to the chapel, and boiler key. But didn't they say that Kinzo had another key, like, just for his room? I don't remember if that's just for his room or if it's another type of master key. Maybe it could be used for this door as well. Or... I don't know. I just lay the foundation. I lay the foundation without thinking too hard about it. So that when they solve it for me, I can say, no, but I was on the right track. I'm smart. See, that's how you do it. That's how you beat the game. Anyways.
Spectacular. To think that even though barely half a day has passed since you succeeded this endless witch, you can use magic as well. That talent surpasses me. Surprises me. It's almost as though you were born a witch.
Well, I have been a witch since the time of my birth. Who taught you how to blink? If that's what using magic is like for me.
What a fearsome person.
The witch's face twisted with brutality. She just couldn't help looking forward to toying with someone's life again. Well then. First stop is Rudolf and Kyrie, but in what cruel way should I kill them?
If you don't mind me saying, your predecessor Sama has left instructions that you are to restrain yourself from committing murders of unnecessary cruelty. And there is an etiquette for offering the sacrifices from the 4th twilight onwards. For that, you must follow the power of the 7 Sisters of Purgatory.
Oh, really? Now that you mention it, that's right. I can only play as I like with the 2nd twilight. Boring. Just when I thought I could play to my heart's content like I did with Rosa. But that only counts for how they're killed in the end, right?
Meaning?
I could just kill them however I want over and over again and revive them! And then follow the epitaph during the last time I killed them, right? So in the end, no matter how I play, it isn't a problem. Who would act well behaved with an entertaining power like this? Her absurd argument was, for an endless witch, an extremely valid one.
That's so funny.
The etiquette that controlled the manner of killing the sacrifices of the 4th twilight and onward was represented by lines like gouge the head. However, that referred to the way those people died in the end. In other words, in the process leading up to that, she was free to tease and kill them however she wanted. She just had to keep on reviving them and follow the rules only when she killed them the final time. Though Ronove felt that her innocent cruelty was part of her talent as a witch, he was beginning to notice an innately brutal side of her.
They do say that appearances are the most brutal of witches, and now I see this may be true. Do as you wish is what I would like to say. But here it may actually be wiser to show restraint. They have guns. Weapons with a high anti-magic power, such as guns, are the natural enemies of witches and demons.
Since when?
Yeah, I think most things are weak to guns. Yeah, you're right.
The witch stared blankly at this demon butler who was surprisingly afraid of guns. That can't be right. Shouldn't we just be able to take a shot from a bullet easily?
No. It would just be as fatal for a witch as it would for a normal human. To prevent that weak point from being noticed, most witches rigorously strengthen their guard when attempting to protect the barriers and furniture.
Do I have any of those protective barrier thingies?
Constructing a barrier to make even gun bullets ineffective requires much in the way of preparation and ceremonies. I'm afraid to say that Beatrice-sama currently has none of those. Furthermore, you are currently ill-prepared to summon furniture strong enough to block a bullet.
So even though I become a great witch with this much magical power, I really do have to be afraid of lead bullets? It's annoying, but I don't have a choice. So in that case, should I call some furniture to act as my arms and legs?
Yes. Leaving everything to your servants while not exposing yourself to danger is also a part of a witch's refined taste. Beatrice-sama, leave this to the furniture and hide in a safe place.
I get it.
No, I got a ping. 1 second. Okay. I'm back. I call on the Seven Sisters of Purgatory. I don't care who, any two! Leviathan and Belphegor responded to that call. Leviathan of Envy right here. Belphegor of Sloth right here. Show me your power. Your targets are Rudolf and Kyrie. Don't attack Hideyoshi. Come on, show me just how cruel you can be, furniture. Huh. Okay. Okay. No, you know what? Okay. 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 Alright. Okay. I still suspect Kinso. That Kinso isn't dead. But methinks, okay. It seems that every episode has had a different culprit, TBH. Episode 1, 100%, 200% Kinso. Episode 2, bazillion, thousand, billion% the servants. If anything, maybe Shannon most of all, because she was the last one alive. In episode 3, it's looking like Eva is gonna be the culprit. Because now I'm thinking that what's happening here is Kinso doing it. In the mansion here, I mean. But it's Eva again, just like I thought it was Eva for Maria and Rosa. And I think it's Eva because she's currently #asleep. So no one would suspect that she's missing because no one would check on her right now. Everyone just thinks that she's asleep in the other room. So she can just slip away and come to this mansion to kill these fellows. And I'm of course saying this because she doesn't want to kill Hideyoshi. So, yeah. It's either I'm right or I'm falling for a red herring where Kinso purposefully leaves Hideyoshi alive to make Eva look suspicious, to throw everyone off. Maybe Kinso knows that Eva solved the epitaph, and for some reason that's why he wants to make her look suspicious. I don't know, just again throwing stuff at the wall. If I say enough things, one of them is bound to be right, and then I can act like I'm smart and not just that I just said so many things that was bound to be right. Have I really said I'm washed? My apologies, but we received orders from the Predecessor-sama to refrain from unnecessary cruel actions. But I think the Predecessor-sama's order does give us some leeway to tease them. Do you still want to go through with it? Huh. I get it. I'll compromise. Don't let them die easily. Thoroughly corner them and let them taste the fear of death before killing them. Will that be okay, Ronove?
Yes, depending on the degree, I do not believe that— my cat. Depending on the degree, I do not believe there will be a problem.
Then go!
Yes, leave it to us! Your opponents are armed with guns. For those such as you, dodging them should be easy. But if you are hit, the wound would be fatal. Proceed with an appropriate level of caution.
Don't worry, we aren't that incompetent.
The two sisters of Purgatory vanished. Ronove bowed and vanished himself.
There are even rules on how to kill them. Why do I have to be constrained by my Predecessor-sama? It's too rigid and boring.
As
As the witch looked up at the portrait of the predecessor Beatrice hung in the hall, she cursed. The 3 people had already arrived at the kitchen and were getting food supplies. Have you ever played Metaphore Patancio yet, or so? Still holding it off. I do have it. It is ready. It's another Nier moment where I'm scared to play it because I know it's gonna change my life and I'm gonna be insufferable about it. And Umineko was another one of those, actually. But I got yelled at enough by Ruby to finally play it, so I'm here. Otherwise, I would not play Umineko until 2030. Yeah, peer pressure. Considering the possibility of, I mean, and I'm right. I'm right, wasn't I? This game, dude. This game. Whatever. And Natsuhi picks. Well, I just want to say that I think you were. You don't say. Yeah, I think so too. Thank you, though. That makes me happy to hear. Considering the possibility of poison, they gave up on the alluring fruits and vegetables and gathered a whole cardboard box full of only the safe canned foods. It was very heavy, but by piling on the carts, they could carry it well enough. This should be more than enough for 10 people to hold out until tomorrow's breakfast. Speaking of Year of Umineko, just random thing that came to me. I want to know, when does Umineko have an anniversary? When is the anniversary for Umineko? And second, how many year old is it this year? Just, I don't know, no reason, I just became curious. That should carry them until the boat arrives. The 2 men were supposed to be focused solely on guard duty, but the weight of the load was tough on Kyrie even with the cart. Hideyoshi, who wanted to show off his power, switched to the cart pusher, and Rudolf and his wife took up the task of guard duty. August 17? I like that date, I don't know why. I like August a lot. Interesting. 2007? Wow. At least I'm older than Umineko, that's good to know. With all this, even George and the kids will be full. The trip back will be a picnic, so let's go. When Hideyoshi vigorously announced the departure, Kyrie frowned and seemed to be gazing into the distance. There was a wall in the bathroom. What? I just pulled a Germa and completely replaced the word for no reason. Well, okay. There was a wall in that direction. No, if her gaze could go through that, there was the main hall beyond it.
What is it, Kyrie?
It's vague, but I got a bad feeling gnawing at me. Kyrie stopped walking and narrowed her eyes even further.
Woman's intuition.
At times like this, Kyrie's intuition often rang true, even when she didn't have a logical reason. Rudolf believed in that intuition. Yes, someone's probably waiting to ambush us. I didn't sense them before, but just now I felt it. Just now, someone set up an ambush for us.
Then there's no reason to go back the way we came. There's a back door over there, right? Let's leave that way.
Rudolf made to unlock the back door. When goods were carried into the kitchen, they never passed through the part of the mansion that the family came and went from. So outside the back door, there was probably a ramp used to carry things in. Surely they would be able to leave through there with the cart.
What the heck? It's stuck. Yeah, what's going on?
Can you open it?
Nope. Is it broken? It isn't giving an inch.
Rudolf tried various things, from using force and coaxing it, but the lock was as hard as stone and didn't even bulge.
Don't force it. Let's leave through the front entrance. Did you not hear a single thing? Right now it'll be even worse if we stand around wasting time. You think this is a trap?
I don't know. Be careful. With stern expressions, the 3 of them returned to the hall again and headed for the entrance.
Who is it?
The instant they exited into the hall, Rudolf noticed a suspicious shadow right in front of them and yelled. In that instant, a storm of gold leaves started blowing and gold butterflies covered the area with a gold color. Oh, this song! Oh. This has... Obviously, I've been loving all the tracks and I've been gushing over them, but this is the first track I can genuinely say is my favorite. This is so far my favorite. It's so good.
I can't believe it. A lowly human predicted our ambush. It isn't my fault. I was hiding my presence. Don't say, fire!
The two guns spouted fire. The lead bullets blasted right through the magical defense of the pair as easily as though it were a wet paper wall. But the two figures that should have been there had disappeared. Certainly guns were frightening objects for them. But there was no need to fear as long as they weren't hit. They at least had enough speed to dodge those.
Wait a sec! You won't even give us a chance to say our name? This is why I hate humans.
Leviathan was a full 10 meters from where she had supposedly been, popping her head out from behind the pillars in the shadow of the staircase and protesting.
In accordance with Beatrice-sama's orders, we will hunt you down. Our orders tell us to take some time and tease you. You are free to resist, but know that it will be useless.
The voice came from overhead. Belphegor could be seen on top of the hall's chandelier. Elegantly looking down upon them, she proclaimed their execution with a cruel smile.
What are these girls?
Forget the carts! We have two opponents and we split up, they can't chase all of us!
All three of them were well acquainted with the insides of the mansion. In case of a crisis, they had planned to run off in separate directions, returning to the guest house by breaking windows or leaving through a back door. Fighting was forbidden, as long as they could fully escape.
In a tight spot, escaping is victory.
The three of them ran into the depths of the mansions at full tilt. The pair of furniture calmly watched them go. World End Dominator. Have I heard this one before? I don't recognize that name. Whoa, this was pretty.
I'll kill the woman. You take the man. Understood.
Yo? Ooh! The furniture in the shadows of the pillar and on the chandelier made their figures explode. And leaving behind only the sound of a hopping beetle knocking against the wall, they pursued their respective targets. Oh, okay, wait. Their speed was overwhelming and they easily blocked the other's paths of retreat. Oh, this is so 2000s EDM music. I love it.
Let's see what this furniture's got. I hope they're at least able to amuse me.
Beatrice-sama, it may not be prudent for you to reveal your form unnecessarily.
And you don't unnecessarily move your king away from the center. That part of a monarch's and a witch's dignity.
Oh my gosh, this song! Belphegor was already blocking the way in front of Rudolf, who had boldly tried to escape to the second floor.
It's useless to try and resist or escape. You don't need to think about anything. Just close your eyes. I'll gently end it all for you.
You'd make a good wife. Husbands love to hear that kind of thing when they come home all tired.
To think you're still relaxed enough to speak with such insolence at a time like this. Beatrice-sama, thank you for this excellent prey! Die!
Rudolf shot first. But even before the bullet could hit her, Belphegor had already moved behind Rudolf's back. She then raised the purple curve springing out from her arm. Oh, really? Holy goat! However, incredibly, before the arm could decapitate Rudolf, he had swung his gun behind him. The barrel remained pointed behind his back from the same motion with which he had reloaded the sawed-off gun one-handedly. Dude! He was pointing right at Belphegor's chest. Click! Ka-ch! It was the sound of the ejected empty cartridge finally hitting the wall after the reload. In other words, it meant that the next shot was already fully loaded. Without turning around, the gun pointed right at Belphegor's chest. Rudolf grinned. Not bad for a middle-aged man.
Don't look down on the generation that loves old westerns, okay? You brats don't know anything about the refinement of a lever action.
Please cut to Hideyoshi. Just like Rudolf, Kyrie was also confronting a demon stake in the first floor corridor.
Yes! Ah, I love it. Don't show us what happened.
What a moron. You could have just escaped with your husband. You do know that was your final farewell just now, right? Don't worry. This kind of thing is my husband's specialty. I'm sure he'll come for me on a white horse soon. Because he's never failed to come and save me when I'm in trouble. Not even when Asumu-san was around. What a happy couple! I'm jealous. I am Leviathan of Envy. Envy itself is my power, my anger, my lifeblood. I agree. Envy is the source of a woman's power. And if that is power, I won't lose to a girl like you. Imagine saying that to the one who governs Envy. You actually think I'll let you two be reunited? I'll give you a tragic farewell. The Armed Leviathan song was trailed by a purple curve. It was a magic blade that cut with the power of malice. Since when does she have aura? Kyrie blocked it with her gun? Even though the magic blade should have cut through the metal like butter, the gun, with its extremely high magic resistance power, was able to block the blade as easily as if it were a rolled up newspaper. Rapidly 2 times 3 times, it blocked all of them.
Dude, manga panels, now, immediately. And without missing the opening created with the purple curve that took a swing upward, Kyrie kicked Leviathan in the stomach with her heel. Leviathan was... Wait! No way! Wait. I ran to the other corner of my room just now. Wait. Rudolf pointed the gun at her chest, and Kyrie kicked her in the stomach, gouged the chest and the stomach. There's no way that Kyrie and Rudolf lived through this, and that the stakes are the Twilight sacrifice. There's no way. I'm copium, but maybe it's just a funny bit. That's all. It was just that Ryukishi thought it would be a funny callback, but that's all. They're dead.
Leviathan was knocked away like a lightly dancing feather. Before the demon snake's feet touched the ground again, Kyrie was already pointing her gun directly at Leviathan in midair. From that position, the two women who had called Envy a form of power met each other's gaze. Can you do it? Can you pull that trigger? I can be brutal when my husband isn't around.
No way, dude. There's no shot.
Oh.
Rudolf tumbled down the staircase. He'd been gradually cornered by Belphegor and had been pushed back into the main hall they started from. The predecessor Sama's furniture is pretty good. They aren't very flashy though. Beatrice-sama, it isn't over yet. It is dangerous to show yourself.
Don't tell me you're... Eva?
That used to be my name. But it's different now, Rudolf.
You don't have to tell me. You're gonna say you're the Golden Witch Beatrice, right?
How did you know?
Since the time Rosa was killed, I had a vague idea. Rosa, forgive me. Forgive me for sending the sister you hated down to the hell you're in.
Beatrice-sama, look out! Rudolf mercilessly pointed the barrel of his gun at the witch who claimed to have once been his sister, but Belphegor would not permit that and attacked savagely.
She disappeared, and headed for Rudolf's back. She dodged that shot again, and again headed for Rudolf's back. and vanished over and over, instantly moving into Rudolph's blind spots. It was almost like she was a fairy. As she blinked in and out of vision, Belphegor incessantly drove towards Rudolph.
Maybe this is kind of fun. Rudolph, let me sit back and watch to see how long your brave efforts last you.
At that time, there was a dual tearing sound along with Rudolph's cry of anguish. Rudolph's reaction to the dance of the purple curve that pressed upon him had finally been too slow, and he'd let it lightly cut his flank. That single wound slowed him down just once. That led to a new wound, which slowed his actions again. Belphegor's dance began to swallow Rudolph's whole. Watching Rudolph's body gradually get carved up, his former sister let out a shrill laugh. Leviathan could no longer hide her irritation that Kyrie hadn't suffered a single fatal wound.
I really am a moron. Among the 7 sisters, I am always the slowest to grow. I was always slow, always weak, always stupid. That inferiority complex became envy, and when I convert that into power, I gain a strength greater than any of the sisters. It is important for young girls to have a moderate inferiority complex. It teaches women about cosmetics and hard work. I don't like having to use the limits of my power against mere humans, but I can turn my envy of your ability to trust completely in your husband into power. I don't like it. Why are you so relaxed when you're fighting for your life? I wonder. I get it. You're fully convinced that your husband will come to your rescue and save you. Isn't it incredible, that trust of yours? It's enough to make me jealous!
What kind of trust did the wee sisters have for each other? The sisters are always looking down on each other, trying to thoroughly lambast each other when things already look bad.
I've always been bullied by my sisters. I've always just wanted just one person to take my side. So when I see you with a single ally who's completely trustworthy, I feel the strongest envy. Oh, that confident expression of utter belief in your husband. I can feel it giving me power. I might even surpass that. The speed of sound.
Leviathan turned herself into a stake, and the speed of her flight as she attacked was proportional to the strength of her envy.
Since the day my sisters looked down on me, I was always jealous from the bottom of my heart of the other 6 who grew so quickly. I was jealous for 7 days and 7 nights. You can see the power I gained as a result of my speed. Die, shoot me a kite! Hey!
The demon snake exposed her true form, leaping about at a terrible speed. The noise from her bouncing off the wall sounded like a machine gun. By now, Kyrie probably couldn't tell if it was a single snake or a swarm of beetles flying and bouncing around. Leviathan was over 100% certain of her victory, believing it from the bottom of her heart. Then Kyrie spoke with an unbelievably calm voice.
I was the one who went out with Rudolf-san first. Usumu-san blatantly cut in between us, and shrewdly got pregnant. I don't blame Rudolf-san. That woman used her body as a weapon to seduce him, and then acted even more repulsively, cornering Rudolf-san and forcing him to get engaged to her. Usumu-san had been carrying Butler-kun, and at the same time I was also carrying a boy. As fate would have it, our delivery dates were on the same day. Then, Usumu-san gave birth to Butler-kun, but I had a miscarriage. I think about it sometimes. What if Usumu-san had the miscarriage and I had been the one to give birth? Would Rudolf-san have broken off his engagement and married me? But I couldn't give birth to my child. So until Usumu-san died, and until I got pregnant with Angie, I cursed Usumu-san and was jealous. Let Usumu-san die. Then I want him to marry me, and my envy, I kept cursing like that over and over until Usumu-san finally died. I was certain that I used the power of magic to curse and kill Usumu-san. But that didn't quell the flames of my envy. Don't tell anyone, okay? Every time I look at Butler-kun, I remember that woman. Every single time I look at him, I think that if only my child had been born, he would be the same age. I'm so jealous of her, tormented by her. Even now, And from now on, into the future, for all eternity. You say you were jealous of your sisters for 7 days and 7 nights? That's right! Don't make me laugh, little girl. How could you understand the madness of a woman and who's burned with envy for 18 years? If Leviathan had the power of 24 hours times 7 days or 168 hours of speed, then the power of Kyrie had accumulated was 24 hours in 1 day, 265 days in 1 year, and 18 whole years. Even without counting leap years, that was 157,680. Compared to Leviathan's power and speed, it was more than 938 times greater. So that even if Leviathan could soar at the speed of sound, 1,225 kilometers per hour, to Kyrie's eyes, it only looked like 1/938th of that. So then, 1,225, 938 is a speed of 1.30 kilometers per hour. They say a human's walking speed is 4 kilometers per hour, so it was even less than half of that. This is almost the same speed as a baby crawling on the floor, which means, in the time it took the demon snake to move at a pace so slow that you could count all the bits of dust floating through the air, Kyrie looked at it with pity. She pitied the slowness at which it came towards her. Then she lazily raised the barrel of her gun, almost as though she was trying to swallow the demon snake up with the gun barrel. You're completely lacking in both love and envy. Try harder next time, little girl. Okay, dude. Rudolf, come on, Rudolf, it's your turn. Please, baby. Rudolf, what happened to all that vigor from a couple seconds ago? You're supposed to slice up a fish when it's still flopping around. After it dies, it isn't interesting anymore. That's enough. Why not kill you now?
Damn it.
I'm surprised you managed to endure this long after being curved up. That's enough. From now on, you don't need to think about anything. I'll steal away your life painlessly.
Wait, there's a favor I want to ask. At the very end, I want to do one of those.
What do you mean, one of those?
You know, that thing you see in all the westerns. We start with our backs together, walk 3 steps, and then bang.
A duel. Very well. If that will satisfy your regrets in this world, I accept. Rudolf moved his wound-covered body and turned his back to her. Okay, so Kyrie had a whole envy speech for the Prince of Envy. So this is the Prince of Sloth. It does make sense for Rudolf. I wonder. I'm so excited. Belphegor responded and turned her back to his. Belphegor had an honest nature that was uncommon in a witch's furniture. Let me warn you, even if you press the barrel of your gun between my eyebrows, I can move instantaneously, even faster than you could pull the trigger and have the bullet reach my skull.
Yeah, I can feel that already. You're faster than a bullet.
I have agreed to this out of respect for your courage and challenging me to a duel despite that knowledge. Thank me.
Well, you're an honest and principled person. And a good woman. You might just steal my heart away.
Let's begin. 3 steps will be fine, yes? First, 1 step.
2 steps.
3 steps? Is that okay?
Yep. And since you still haven't noticed that they're walking 3 whole steps, it's my victory, miss.
What?
Rudolf turned around and fired a bullet. However, Belphegor could easily see through the speed and trajectory of a bullet like that. It should have been no problem at all to dodge it. But a spray of fresh blood flew about. Belphegor had set up an adequate magical defensive barrier. But before an incarnation of anti-magic power such as that bullet, it was completely meaningless.
What are you doing? Why'd you get hit?
The bullet had hit Belphegor right in the chest. The pain from the lead caused her to grimace, as did the pain from the denial of magic.
Forgive me. I'm a coward of a man.
Sloth, yeah?
So good!
The themes, the symbolism, oh!
What a killjoy! To think that furniture of a witch could be defeated by a human! Know your shame! Worthless! Pathetic! If only you just grovel up and die!
Quit it, Aniki. She could have dodged it, but she didn't. She realized that you were in the line of fire, Aniki. So this faithful girl took it without dodging, protecting you. And at the very end, she saw that I was pinning the rook in the cave.
Spectacular!
Don't hate me for it. I plan to resign if you noticed it while you were taking those 3 steps.
You made those 3 steps out of consideration for me bettering you. I didn't even try to think about it. I was lazy.
You are a good woman. Go to heaven before me and get yourself all made up. I'll definitely come and chat you up.
As Belphegor slowly fell over, she lost even the power that kept her in human form, and she grew small like gold dust melting into thin air. At that point, Kyrie dashed in. This is so good! It seemed that she had somehow defeated her pursuer by her own hands. As she pointed the barrel of her gun straight at the witch, she ran up to the wound-covered Rudolf.
Are you okay? Were you chatting someone up just now?
Yep, a good woman. No match for you, of course. Sorry, Aniki. It's checkmate.
The two of them pinned the witch down the barrels of their guns.
Worthless furniture! To think that they beat a human opponent! Worthless, stupid, boring!
Dadri-sama, we should retreat for now.
There is no furniture or barrier to guard against bullets here.
The witch began to let out a muffled laugh. It surprised not only Rudolf and Kyrie, but Ronove as well. I gotta stop thinking things without saying it. I was saying that, yeah, it's very satisfying, it's very cool, but still, like, I'm not convinced that the princess really exists, right? So there still needs to be bodies left over, so I still didn't believe that Rudolf and Kyrie would survive. Because if they survive, I would have to switch literally every single theory I have to account for the princess existing again. Because that whole prince, orphan, servants hidden in the house, I killed that long ago. That theory is gone, and I didn't want to revive it. Because a situation like this, with 2 guns pointed at her, was not one that even a witch could just laugh off. But the witch laughed with pleasure.
Well, it's only natural that the predecessor Sama's worn-out furniture couldn't do it. I need to get new furniture that's suitable for me. I used them out of obligation, but I've always hated second-hand stuff.
As she said that, she looked down at Belphegor's remains, which had already finished turning into a pile of gold dust with disgust.
I don't know what you're talking about. Be a good girl and put your hands up.
Then the witch obediently raised her hands, but instead of raising her hands because a gun was pointed at her, it looked more like she was a conductor facing an orchestra, waving her conductor's baton.
Come, arise, furniture suited for me! Not that cheap furniture, much stronger ones, cruel ones! stop this bizarre act. I'll pull the trigger. In response to the witch's call, the hall was once again buried with the color of gold. As the brilliantly radiant gold butterflies danced, it felt as though they were being sucked into an ocean of gold leaf. Rudolf was shocked at that upsurge in magical power. After all, it far surpassed that of his former master. As their eyes were dazzled amidst the golden flash, a gunshot could be heard. Either Rudolf or Kyrie had fired a round. Then when the golden flash subsided, at the very least the witch was standing there looking cool and composed. The bullets? Kyrie must have fired it into her. But the witch had not been hit anywhere on her body. There it is. The bullet had been fastened in midair right in front of the witch's chest.
A bulletproof barrier.
In an instant, a barrier that would require a significant amount of preparation even for the predecessor had been... Rudolf's face was twisted in shock. And the surprise did not end there. The cloud of gold butterflies had created two humanoid forms.
It was a furniture summoning.
What?
There's so much here. There's so much here to think about. Okay, first off, their outfits. I really like this already. Beatrice's servants. Should I save this for after? Let me just write it down a little bit and I'll save it for after the episode's done. Give me a second. Not episode, I'm in the chapter. Okay, hold on. I just wrote some little footnotes so I can remember what to say afterwards. But yeah, these, I already like these already. Then Beatrice's ones. The butterflies peeled off and flew away, and beneath them furniture in the shape of grills showed themselves.
The Chester sisters' corpse? Even the predecessor wasn't able to summon Pendragon's memorial troops on a moment's notice, and to do it so easily.
Chester's sister corpse. Pendragon? Like Arthur? Wait, let me double check that. Arthur Pendragon. I don't know if that's the connection. No, wait. I could be confusing it with something. No. It is! Yeah, King Arthur. King Arthur's last name is Pendragon. Wait, no, wait. No, I was right. You got confused. Okay, so. King Arthur reference. There's could be a lot there. It's such a long story. Maybe I won't go into that. But Cheister, I don't... Sounds familiar, but I don't recognize it. Yeah, I got nothing on Cheister. I would love to know if that means anything. But Pendragon, interesting. And it's funny because what I should have said it. Okay, remember I wrote it down. You heard the keyboard. I typed it even extra loudly so I could all hear. I wrote it down. Whatever. Nothing ever means anything. Shut up.
Chester 410 right here. Chester 45 right here. You two are suitable furniture for me, I take it. From reading a picture book out loud to going on a date to shooting down meteorites.
Okay. No, you know what? I've got too much. This is a good break. Let's read chat. Let's look at Golden Land. Let's look at the tips, and let me say what I think of these two ladies here, and then we continue with the chapter. I'm reading chat first. Bro, saying this and I have the biggest grin on my face for a certain track in episode 5. What does that mean? Isn't that the second time you mentioned? Please, I'm sorry. I've asked this before already, but I really want to know. You said that you were really looking forward to me getting to a certain episode. Which episode was that again? But noted. Certain track in episode 5. Ignore this rage feed. Banger. Turn it up. Rudolf. Don't stop running, little tomato. Get those manga panels. Kyrie has no sauce. Yeah. This chapter, fantastic. Just what I was complaining about. Rudolf and Kyrie getting nothing to do. Incredible. I'm so happy. Talking baby versus automatic bomb. Bro said I hate Umineko 5 hours ago. What can I say? Episode 5 where nothing happens. Yeah, we don't care about that one. Okay, but tell me which one was the one you wanted me to see. Okay, we gotta look at the tips now. Crap, I keep pressing controls because I think it means get out. What did I do? I made the game full screen by accident. Is the stream okay? Okay, there we go. Oh, there they are. Ew, it's Smile. Very interesting that they have the English flags. Crap. It kind of works still, but I wrote something down before seeing their full designs, and so I was wrong about something. I'll say it anyways. Chase D45, a weapon in a contract with batteries. 45 has an extremely meticulous and timid personality, and is fairly paranoid. For that reason, she compensates well for the weakness of 401's slapdash personality when they work as a pair. Cannot bear silence, and even becomes emotionally unstable unless she is constantly being given orders. 45 excels in enemy search and being decisive. The sisters' battle power is doubled by her support. Cheister 410. But it's actually pronounced 410. Cool. A weapon in the contract with batteries. 410 is a kid with character who has a unique and brazen way of speaking. Her hobby is decent, serious, and upright people, which is why she likes 45 and Lucifer. Rough-spoken, but loves company and easily succumbs to loneliness. Gets depressed unless there is someone constantly giving her attention. 410 excels in fire and control, and even in close-range combat, exhibits battle power that is second to none. Wait, are these gun names? Like a Winchester? I need an answer to that. I hope it's in Golden Land. Episode 5. So episode 5 is the one you're looking forward to, and the one with the track. Jeez. And Umineko is excited for episode 4 now. Okay, I think you're all excited for all episodes. Okay, now let's look at Golden Land. I got a ping, let me check that first. Okay, now let's check out Golden Land. Wait, manga panels for the entire chapter. Should I not look at it since the chapter isn't done yet? You can look, okay, cool. Alright, first picture. Whoa! The art never ceases to amaze. They made Rudolf hot! Okay, second picture. Ah, it's so cool, dude! The lever, the it's so cool, the reload! Oh my gosh, dude, this is incredible. He was smoking the whole time. He wasn't even doing that in the game. They just did that in the manga because they wanted to make him even cooler. Third picture. I see what you were talking about, jeez. Oh, Kyrie's face. So good. The fourth picture. What? Oh my gosh! She touched the steak? That's so rad. There's no need for all that. Fifth picture. Oh my gosh, dude! She didn't even do that in the game! She held her... She's pulling her hair in the manga, dude. Dude. Oh, the duel! Oh, I'm on sixth picture now. Seventh. Oh my gosh. Dude, the far shot of... the far shot of him shooting her. Why did they make him so cool looking? Holy cow. Last picture. Oh, the back-to-back of Rudolf and Kyrie. Dude. This artist, I am so obsessed. Dude. Oh my gosh, that is incredible. I'm always flabbergasted. And the last picture with the bunny girls. Oh man, Eva looks so cool in the back. Big ass head. No, her head is normal size, her hat is humongous. Oh, so lovely. Thank you. Oh, the sprite. She looks so awesome. Amazing. Oh, that was so worth it. I knew those manga panels were gonna be amazing. Okay, now for my thoughts on the Chaister. Okay, no one has told me what Chaister means. I asked, please, is it a spoiler or something? I wish to know. I am in the dark here of being rage baited. And I don't want to look... When I don't recognize something, I don't like looking it up because what if it's an original word for Umineko and it just pops up? That's why I prefer to ask. Like, I know the name Pendragon, so I could look that up easily. Anyway, so someone hopefully answers what Chaister means. I'm gonna talk about my reading of the Chaister sisters that I noticed when I saw them. Although the first part is already incorrect because I'm looking at the character screen. So I was gonna say it how I wrote it. So I noticed how Beatrice's servants were dressed in a very... First off, they were dressed in a butler way, you know? Like actual house servants. But also, I was pointing out their leotards because I thought that the Chaister sisters didn't have leotards. because I was thinking that Beatrice's servants having leotards meant that she sees them more like for entertainment purposes. Like, you know how she got Butler to be in the nude, right? It was something like that. She gets fun in humiliating people and stripping them of their clothes to see them, they're inferior to her is what that means to her. And also it's just very silly, very sultry, very, what's the word? Just unserious. It's not very serious outfit. It's not like an actual uniform. Because Beatrice just, like I said last stream, a fake freak meets a real freak. Beatrice's violence and cruelty comes from a place of silliness. She doesn't truly understand how morbid everything is. She sees it as silly, as opposed to Eva, who actually does understand how cruel her cruelty is. So that shows in Beatrice's servants. They are very silly. They're dressed silly. They're not very serious. They're just toys to her. And then if I'm correct about basically Kinso being a groomer and grooming Beatrice to be unsavory things, that's why Beatrice grew up to look at love as a very gross thing. She doesn't understand what true love is. She sees love as something that's just used to manipulate others. And obviously this would mean that she sees sexual things as not serious, and that's why she likes stripping people like Butler of their clothes, because she just sees nudity and sexuality as things to laugh at, things that don't really have any meaning. So she would dress her servants in something very revealing, because because of Kinso, she sees things like that as toys, as things for entertainment, things that shouldn't be taken seriously. But now we see that all of that, throw it off, Ryukishi was just horny. Rough, I guess. I still like to believe that. It gives more depth to Beatrice, but until that's really disproven, I like thinking that. Anyways, but what does matter, what we can talk about, is the top halves of their uniforms. The demon princes, like I said, are dressed like actual butlers, like actual servants, like house servants. And it's interesting. It just doesn't. It doesn't mean as much. It's just interesting that, Beatrice doesn't see herself as royalty. She just... Shut up! I'll stop talking! I'll stop talking. She sees herself as the head of the house, as a master of a manor, right? So her servants are literal house servants. But then, the thing that I noticed first about the Bunny Sisters, and the whole point I was making of this, so if we still believe that Beatrice's servants were meant to be seen as toys, entertainment, and just silliness, we see... He was just horny and he does... okay, whatever. I noticed that the Chaisa Sisters are dressed like actual guards, like militaristic guards, actual weapons, and that's because they're not just for entertainment, they're not just for silliness like Beatrice's servants. Eva summoned these to be actual weapons of cruelty, to follow orders, to not joke around. I'm sure they're going to joke around and be silly anyways, but those were my first impressions, that their designs are supposed to represent one is just normal house servants and one is an actual royal guard. And also the thing that we can actually read into here, and like the actual interesting bit as opposed to all the other things that have been thrown to the garbage, is that it says a lot about Eva. Like, Go author would never be horny. This is all his plan. This is all Umineko. Like I said, Beatrice's servants are butler servants, house servants, because Beatrice sees herself as a master of a house. as opposed to Eva, who is so egotistical, so prideful, so full of herself that she doesn't just see herself as head of the house. She sees herself as actual literal royalty. She sees herself as a queen. So she doesn't need butlers and maids. She needs royal guards. So that part is really cool, and I like that a lot. Now, last bit before we can continue playing the game is the fact that they're bunnies. So I already talked about this last time when I noticed the song name. I forgot the song name, but the Rabbit on the Moon song name. So now we have rabbit ladies here, and it's just interesting. It's interesting because in all mythology where there's a rabbit in the moon, the Aztecs and China, Japan, I think, it's always shown to be a lonely being, someone who, like, the only resident of the moon. So this, I'm stretching it here. I'm stretching it really hard because Chang'e from Chinese mythology isn't a rabbit, and she isn't supposed to represent the rabbit. In most retellings of the story, they even give her a rabbit in the story, so she isn't lonely on the moon. But the folklore figure Chang'e from Chinese mythology, the whole thing is that because of circumstance, she had to leave behind her husband on Earth to become immortal. But she wasn't accepted into heaven because she was banned from heaven, from the Jade Palace. So she wasn't allowed in the Jade Palace because she was banned, and she wasn't allowed on Earth because she was an immortal. So the only place she could go is the moon, where she would spend the rest of eternity alone. In most versions, she's alone forever. In some versions, like I said, they give her the bunny in the moon as a companion. But overall, all these stories of the rabbit and the moon are supposed to represent extreme loneliness and like being a god, being a ruler, being a king or a queen of the moon, of a place, all to yourself. But that's all. Like, you are the king of everything, but you're alone. You have it all, but you have nothing now. You became immortal. Oh my gosh, I guess there are more parallels than I thought. Eva becoming a witch and Chang'e becoming immortal. They both gain extreme power, but what is the reward? Just isolation and loneliness. They will get nothing at the end of everything. Like, I'm sure at the end of this, Eva's going to lose Hideyoshi, so she won't even have that. Probably gonna lose George, or George is going to quote-unquote disown her, like hate her for what she's done. So she's going to gain all the money in the world. She's going to gain the title of head of the house. She became the Golden Witch, but just like Chang'e, she's going to be left with no one to share it with. And we can see that with the song and these bunny ladies being an allegory, not allegories but references to the rabbit on the moon mythology. Anyways, wow, awesome. I said a whole lot of nothing. All this doesn't matter anymore. Anyways, this all sucks. This game sucks. 1 second, let me check something and we continue playing. I'm back. You could have left that last part out, really. But yes, I want to know what Chyster means. My only thought right now is that it's a type of gun type. But I want to know, what does Chyster come from? What does it mean? Chyster is a made-up word. Ah! Okay, thank goodness I didn't look it up then. I was right. Oh darn, I was freaking out over that. It does sound like... that sucks! Ryukishi, you have let me down. Chyster does sound like a type of gun, like Winchester. And that would fit so wonderfully Because dude, that would have been so good. Because the demon princes all have names. Again, showing again how Beatriz sees them more as silly little things, just silly little girls with names and all that. But here we have Eva, whose servants don't even have names. They're just like gun brands and a number. They're just numbers to her. They're just meant to serve whatever she wants. Be weapons, kill, don't talk. That would have been so neat. Whatever. They still have like, I'm still kind of right? Like, they don't have to be gun brands for that to work. It's still the same thing. They all share the same name and they are only distinguished by numbers. They're just numbers to her. So yeah, I guess it still works, but whatever, bro, I won't say anything else. Okay, let's continue. From reading a picture book out loud to going on a date to shooting down meteorites, we'll take care of anything. If we don't take care of it, Pendragon someone would get mad at us. Arthur exists? Yes, that's what I meant. Maybe not. Not, I just didn't know what to say. Like gun type, gun brand. Like obviously they can't use gun brand. It's copyrighted. I just meant like the type of gun. Yeah. Please, your orders, great Lady Beatrice. Rudolf-san, let's run for it. We're no match for these ones.
Sure.
Kyrie definitely heard warning sirens going off in her head. Thanks to that same feeling that had alerted her to the ambush of the Seven Sisters of Purgatory, without hesitation they escaped. As the witch elegantly watched them leave, she commanded her new furniture. This is an order. Kill the two who ran away, and then bring the corpses back here. I'll bring them back to life and play with them over and over. The witch's expression twisted into an evil smile. Even though she feared that expression, Lucifer appeared and spoke. Forgive my presumption, but the predecessor Sama asked that you avoid brutal actions of this sort. When the witch stared at her with those terrifying eyes, Lucifer was struck dumb. She was frustrated. It was so boring not being able to let her own power and cruelty run wild. This unknowing furniture of the predecessor kept telling her to show restraint, bringing her irritation at a peak. How is Lucifer a pride? Long time no see. Yeah, how you doing? Let's play together again sometime. You mustn't whisper 410. 410. You get in trouble. Let's carry out the great Lady Beatrice's order at once. Well, yeah, we are on the job right now. Yeah. 410, roger that. Preparing for ship sniping pursuit combat. Accumulating terrain data. Accumulating data for firing. Data link with 401. 410. 410 data received. Targeted lock acquired. Commencing terrain calculation error correction. Formulating firing curve. Supplemented control point. Circulations complete. Calculations complete. Data link to 45. 45 data received. Checking hazard zone. That's no good. Lucifer-chan, better get out from behind us, or you'll get roasted by the backblast me. Thanks to their paired measurements, the Chester sisters were able to instantly calculate the terrain through the mansion and the coordinates of their targets, as well as a firing curve to reach them. That's right, their shots could be guided to follow a curved line. None could escape. The precision guidance used by the Seven Sisters of Purgatory was nothing more than a cheap knockoff of the ability those two had. 45 firing preparations concluded. Ammo type selected and loaded. As the two of them faced each other, it was as though they were both pulling back a bowstring together. A dazzling gold arrow was ready there. 410, firing! After giving that announcement, they reached a single arrow together. As the path taken by the golden sparking snake of light drew a curve, it followed the direction that Rudolf and Kyrie had escaped to in rapid pursuit. It turned through the corridors, crawled over the floor, chased them, and as it drew a beautiful curve. No one could block the guided shots of the Chester sisters. No one could escape from them.
and their strength could pierce all physical and magical defenses. It was quite a merciless guided weapon of certain death. However, among mythical class soldiers, it was a weapon used by pretty much everyone. It was very commonplace for them and very extraordinary for those of the everyday world.
What the?
When he noticed something rapidly chasing them, he turned around. The exact position of Rudolf's heart was pierced by the gold snake. It all happened in an instant. Rudolf-san! After the gold snake pierced Rudolf, it swooped down to the floor, drawing a beautiful spiral, coiled itself around Kyrie's legs and crawled up her chest. And just like Rudolf had pierced the exact location of her heart. And all of that happened in an instant. It pierced Rudolf and then Kyrie. So they died, dropped to their knees, and fell over at almost the exact same time.
What's this? Talk about overwhelming! Ridiculously easy, isn't it? This is the kind of furniture I need. Way different from some second-hand furniture. Come on, bring the corpses here. I'll keep reviving them until I'm bored, and I'll try killing them in the most brutal way as I can think of. Oh, to think being a witch could be so much fun. That taking a life could be so much fun.
From the time humans are born, the most action they can take is the murder of another human. It's only natural that humans can understand how pleasurable it can be to break this taboo. But she was no longer a human. She was a witch. And there were some pleasures that only witches could understand. By now she had tasted those pleasures and was only totally immersed in them. After learning that the contents of the forbidden pot were honey, she could no longer live without them. No, maybe the contents were honey because they were forbidden. Anyway, by killing humans gruesomely and doing it over and over, she could feel the drug-like pleasure, and even now, as the witch rolled over laughing, the gold snake that had just been shot returned as though being reeled in. At the tips, 2 people were pinned and dragged along. The witch's order had been fulfilled. Rudolf and Kyrie had been killed instantly, and their corpses had been carried back. Chasters 45 and 14410 ordered execution complete. We await your next order, great Lady Beatrice. Please, your orders. From babysitting to playing online games with you? Oh? To shooting down a space shuttle, we'll take care of everything. It looked like these 2 are the sacrifices for the 4th and 5th Twilights. So in the end, how neat those were the 7 sisters. Or are they the 5 sisters now? I need those guys to pierce and gouge the forehead and the chest. But I can do that at the very end, so I'm free to play in any way I want until then, right? Oh, thank goodness. Wait. Have you forgotten what I told you?
Oh, it's you, Predecessor-sama. Do you have any complaints?
Of course I do! You're doing whatever you please, aren't you? Why haven't you followed my directions?
What's wrong with doing as I please, Predecessor-sama? Anyway, I don't plan on deviating from the rules of the ceremony in the slightest. I'll definitely clean those 2 corpses up later and drive stakes into their forehead and chest.
I'm telling you, that is not the problem. If you act so undignified and cruel, some people might take it badly.
You mean your opponent in the game, the one you were supposedly fighting against somewhere? Runovet told me.
Damn that blabbermouth. Well, to be perfectly honest, that is how it is. If you go a little too far, that person will object, you see.
Why can't this person just complain to me directly instead of making you take a message? That coward.
Well, this is a resident of a different world from yours. There's no choice but to use me as an intermediary. Well, that's besides the point, but...
Which means that this person couldn't interact with me even if they wanted to. And I can interact with them even if I wanted to either. Simply put, this is a completely unrelated person from a world that's distant, right?
Indeed. For example, that perhaps you could say these 2 worlds are like very close parallel lines.
The distance between them is quite small, but because the lines are parallel, they will never cross. For now, that should be a convenient way for you to view that world. They never cross. Which means that world has nothing to do with me. If you're speaking for that person when you tell me to show restraint, please pass this message on to them. To them? What should I say? It's none of your business, so disappear, you old hag. If only you just give up and die. Oh, I'm sorry. Since it was a friend of yours, I just assumed she'd be a woman. By old hag, I'm definitely not talking about you, predecessor-sama, so please don't get mad at me.
When she spoke, the witch was looking straight into Bato's eyes. Anyone present would be able to tell what she meant by it.
Predecessor-sama, there's something I find really strange. Why do you have to play a game with someone from another world and have them accept that you're a witch? Well, as to that, it's because making all humans accept the existence of witches is a prerequisite of perfect control. There was a single holdout who simply wouldn't accept me as a witch. Why would you need the approval of a human? Witches are witches and can use magic, so why should we need to be acknowledged by humans? Well, like I said earlier, magic is... I am a witch. I can use magic without anyone's approval in particular, so what's your point? In this world, right? However, since that person won't accept it, how should I explain it? I don't need you to. After all, isn't all this just about a different world that never crosses this one? In other words, that would might as well not exist. You fighting a game in another world is absolutely no different from you telling me about stuff from your imagination. I'll say it again. It has nothing to do with me. And I am already a witch. Predecessor-sama, somehow or another, it seems like you can't become a witch as long as this person doesn't acknowledge you, but I'm different. Everyone though even though no one has acknowledged me, I'm an excellent witch already. Since you are my predecessor, I will formally pay you respect. But that's out of kindness, not out of duty. I won't ask for your advice anymore. Because I clearly know what I should do and how I should play from now on. So I will carry out the murder of 13 people as a final act of respect for you. However, there's absolutely no need for you to interfere with the methods I use. Or what I do afterwards. Therefore, I'll be counting on you in that regard.
At a glance, those words seemed obedient, but they continued within them a clear parting of ways. She was no longer under Bato's care in any way. That's why she was clearly saying nothing more than don't get in the way of him my fight. Bato understood that, and she was dejected, realizing that no matter how she explained, she wouldn't be able to make the witch understand. I see. Then it's no longer my problem. Go and learn with your own body how magic ceases to exist when you lose your respect for it.
I wish you'd tell me where the respect was. In that carefree rampage of yours up until now.
At hearing that, Bato could not respond. Because she remembered hearing exactly the same thing from her teacher.
Okay now. Chase their sisters. See off my predecessor on her way back. Predecessor-sama, please leave this place. If you don't, we'll be scolded.
Throughout her body, Bato felt something unseeable from the Chester sisters, which could only be described as an oppressive sensation. Most likely, they were initiating firing calculations. It was an action much like taking out a gun and cocking it. Even Bato could not escape from the Chester sisters' attack without any preparation. In the past, she had placed her greatest trust in them, so she knew how terrifying they were down to her very soul.
Predecessor-sama, if you wouldn't retire, I would not recommend damaging Beatrice-sama's mood any further.
Predecessor-sama, I understand. I shall leave for now. I will watch over the end you eventually reach at my leisure. It was almost infinitely close to a parting shot. So after Bato vanished, the witch and her furniture doubled up laughing. I do understand. 1 second. Oh, this song is lovely. Back. Well, I do understand. The endless power is fun. The joy of freely toying with an extremely limited life cannot be explained to those who have not tasted it. I can understand that feeling of being possessed with a pleasure similar to drugs. It must have been quite fun, judging by your antics in the past. Are you saying it just like when you tried to admonish me in the past over and over and I did not listen? Why have you started trying to scold a child for her actions? Well, there's a single large difference between you and that child. That child may already be a witch. Of course, you are also a witch. At least in the world on top of the game boards. However, to be acknowledged as a witch on the world outside the game board, you need to have Butler-kun, your opponent in this game, acknowledge you. You must have understood that when you started the game. I thought if I could show off a whirlwind of proof that I am a witch, blow away his desire to deny me and make him surrender, he would acknowledge me as a witch. It was so went my way last time, so I thought I was just a breath away. It's actually the opposite. Butler-kun was disgusted by your brutality. He did not step up to the plate as a player because he acknowledged you as a trustworthy opponent. It was based on a strong animosity, his resolve to completely deny the existence of a brutal witch. In your foolishness, you probably felt that Butler-kun's acceptance of his role as your opponent was the first step towards making him acknowledge you as a witch. However, it was actually the opposite. Butler-kun challenged you in this game because he was absolutely determined not to acknowledge you. No matter how hard the thoughtless north wind blows, the traveler only wears his cloak even tighter. You were committing a huge error from the very beginning. This game is not torture to make Butler-kun surrender. It is a test in which you must try to make Butler-kun accept you. I vaguely noticed that. The last game was a tough one for Butler. But it seems you already noticed. This game is a tough one for you. What should I do from now on? Think about it for yourself. Fortunately, you have already given up your pieces to the game board to the new witch. You should have plenty of time to reflect upon your own self. But Butler-kun's already a mass of hostility to me. He would accept witches, so he wouldn't accept me. In that case, what can I do to make it accept me? Are you saying that if the north wind doesn't work, then I should shine on him as the sun from now on? Me? After all this time? It's October now. The Halloween season. It's the month of rebirth, where the sun dies and is revived again. When the sun is weak right after reviving, it may not reach far through the cold winter winds. However, it slowly grows, and it eventually is able to hail the coming of spring. At that time, the traveler may even fold up his cloak. Are you saying that I've been mistaken? Welcome back, Phoenix. We are doing bad. We're doing bad. The beautiful hall of the Ushiraya family mansion was covered with a gold and sparkled like gold leaf, and stained deep red with the thick spurts of blood. The number of deaths given to Rudolf and Kyrie had long surpassed anything you could count on both your fingers and your toes. Oh, thank goodness we didn't get to see that. The witch was breathing so hard her shoulders shook, and it wasn't because she was tired. She just couldn't hide her ragged breath caused by her still uncontrollable excitement.
what it is to do as I will with people's lives and deaths. With the power of the endless witch, the endless everything I paint with my mind becomes a reality. No matter how sloppily I mash them, I can revive them, returning them to normal with just a snap of my fingers. Because in the end, I just have to restore the corpses and follow the epitaph as an afterthought. Hey, you guys. Have you ever sliced a stuffed animal's stomach open? Never, Nihi. What about you, 45? No. I have never done it, my apologies. That's understandable. Normally you wouldn't, especially not if it was a stuffed animal you liked, but I've always thought about it. I always thought about peeking in and seeing what was packed inside the fluffy stuffed animal I loved.
I did that a lot. If you cut it and looked inside, your curiosity might be quelled, but the stuffed animal would be broken. So even though you want to see, you can't. You understand that feeling, right? Well, no, you just make a little incision. You don't need to, like, tear it all open.
The power of the endless witch can truly grant that wish. As I am now, I can slice the stuffed animal all I want. And yet, with a bit of magic, I can return it to normal and revive it. In other words, it means I've broken all limitations in this world. As I am now, I don't have to hesitate or give up an idea or anything. The joy? Oh, that's probably no one who can understand that. No one other than me, the Golden Witch.
As the witch let out a mad war cry, she revived Rudolf and Kyrie again, and faster than they could realize that she killed them both right away. She then made it known that something other than cotton was stuffed inside those two. Ako! Whenever!
Huh? It's you. How long have you been there?
In that gruesome hall, Hideyoshi appeared with his gun ready. The witch had sealed the mansion with a barrier, so Hideyoshi had nowhere to run. He probably picked up Rudolf or Kyrie's gun and came back. The gun, which should have been something to be feared, was apparently no longer an object she took seriously now that she was overflowing with magical power. Her bold expression didn't flinch in the slightest. Why did you have to kill Rosa-san and Maria-chan and Rudolf-kun and Kairi-san?
Huh? I am the head of the Ushinomiya family, the witch of Rongenjima. Everything that occurs on this island is up to me. Whether they happen to be alive or dead or any particular moment in time is meaningless to me.
Hideyoshi was struck speechless by that all-too-callous response from the witch. You being the kid who did that bit so much. Curiosity. Hideyoshi was struck speechless. You went mad after finding your father's gold. Just how high must that gold have piled? I can't even imagine it. It must have been enough to steal away your sanity. But if there was that much gold, why didn't you think of graciously splitting it up?
You misunderstand. All that belongs to the Golden Witch. No one is qualified to touch it except me.
Sorry, my cat was doing something.
No one is qualified to touch it except me.
What are you? Don't tell me you're that thing Eva told me about long ago. The witch Eva from which she was young.
That's right. I am the me from my years as a girl who's been living in the heart of your wife, Ushinomiya Eva, this whole time. And I am a witch. Eva became an adult by forgetting me, so she can't use magic.
All kids get their heads filled with innocent but cruel ideas sometimes. When I was young, I'd sometimes go around stepping on ants and pulling the wings off dragonflies.
There's things happening in my head. 1 second. I cannot think faster, I'm sorry. It's just it's just so interesting. I'm done thinking. I hope it won't take too long. It's just so interesting. I loved it so much. It's why I love Beatriz Eva so much, because of what she represents. I don't know if it was on purpose or not, but no. I don't know if it will come off as insensitive if I say so. It reminds me of Dirk Strider. How Eva and Dirk have this... Their story revolves around living such a horrible life and having such warped perceptions of love. Yeah, especially that. They both have such warped perceptions of love. Because, you know, Eva didn't even really want to get married, and then she just got married to have a child and all that. Even though she really... Yeah. They have such warped perceptions of love that this twisting of love made it so they have... The insensitive part comes that I was going to use the term bipolar disorder, but I'm not sure if that's, you know, I know nothing about those things, so maybe I shouldn't just go willy-nilly saying them, but it just brings to mind that. And I like the way that their disorders are represented. Again, all nonsense, I could just be wrong, of course. But with Dirk Strider, is represented by his autoresponder and him being awake in both Durst and in real life. He's just splitting his existence between so many facets, hiding some of his uglier parts in some other existence to keep a better facade in the real world. And that's what Eva was doing as well. She buried all of her cruelty and all her warped perception of love and all that under this part of her, the witch part of her, so she could keep the normal facade of just Ushinomiya Eva. But now finally she has cracked, and this part of her has come back. It is just endlessly interesting to me. I love that so much. I love Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde stories a lot. It's just so cool. This whole thing is just gonna make me like Eva a lot. It's so good. And the thing is... No, I won't rage bait. I'm sorry, I won't rage bait. I'm gonna say it, but I'm not trying to rage bait. I was gonna say that the thing is, if magic is real, and you know, there's just like an actual witch, that interpretation of mine kind of goes out the window and makes Eva feel lamer again. The whole line of this other her coming from her trauma, and it's just really her, it's just that it's taking over her because of her disorder, is just so endlessly interesting. It's so good. Anyways, back to the game.
However, I learned the importance of life and graduated from that cruel childhood age. Right now, you really are a child, a personality that I know Eva graduated from. That personality isn't Eva. It's a completely different human.
That's right. I am not Ushinomiya Eva. I am the Golden Witch Beatriz. It's so fun not being bound by any limitations, and the pleasures of being able to do as I will with life and death is truly wonderful. I don't have to apologize for breaking a goldfish bowl, and I can tear stuffed animals up as much as I want.
There was a crisp sound. It was the sound of Hideyoshi slapping the witch's face. Looking at the hall, stained deep red with the fresh blood, he should have been able to imagine how terrible the witch was. But without fear, without even hesitating, Hideyoshi had walked determinedly up to her and hit her on the cheek.
You don't! Don't act like you're cruel, not when you're really a coward and a weakling. I'll correct that evil nature of yours again if I have to. You fool! Fool!
Ow! Ow! Hey!
You're a woman who understands how important, how fragile life is, aren't you? I'll make you remember. What are you calling a witch, you stupid fool? You're my wife, Ushiramiya Eva! If anything, you're a witch of the kitchen who can always make the perfect snacks out of refrigerator leftovers in a flash! Won't you open your eyes, you fool?
Didn't I just tell you that I'm not Ushiramiya Eva?
You stupid fool! You!
As tears dripped down his face, Hideyoshi kept hitting the witch's head. He wasn't even pointing the gun at her anymore. Therefore, that sound of gunfire couldn't have come from the gun Hideyoshi was holding. The gun, which had fallen in the corner near Rudolf's corpse, was floating in the air, and smoke lingered near the barrel. And the bullet? A red stain was slowly spreading across the chest section of Hideyoshi's vest. Even though his back was facing the barrel of the gun, the bullet had driven through Hideyoshi's chest.
Like I said, I am not Eva. What a stupid, annoying man. You're a pain, so I'll switch the sacrifice of the sixth twilight to you. If only you just hidden under some bed, shaking or something, I planned on letting you go. But no, you went to all the trouble of coming back. You really are a stupid man.
There was a dual sound as Hideyoshi fell to the floor. Even though death would have allowed him to escape from that pain, he resisted until the last second, and staring straight into the witch's eyes, he passed away. Because he had died without closing his eyes, and the witch didn't realize that he was dead for a short while, and remained pinned by that gaze.
Should we make this one a new toy and play? Me?
At those words, the witch finally realized that Hideyoshi was dead.
Yeah. Right. What do we do?
The Cheister sisters waited for instructions. On the inside, they imagined the sort of even more brutal orders their masters might give. But the expression on that rose to the witch's face looked as though she'd gotten over that excitement. She looked down at Hideyoshi's face, which still had tears dripping down it.
You're such a killjoy, and it's all disguised as fun. Volt. I'm done. Ronoe, are you there?
Yes, right here.
Take care of the cleanup. I'll bet the predecessor-sama makes a fuss over this one. Please make it clean enough so for that old hag to accept. I guess I'll follow the rules of the ceremony out of a sense of obligation to my predecessor-sama. Treat these 3 corpses as the 4th through 6th twilights. Lucifer, it's your turn.
Lucifer of Pride, right there, right here.
Dig into these 3 corpses and gouge them.
Into corpses.
That's right. Got a problem with that?
No. The Seven Sisters of Purgatory had their own sort of pride. It was the pride of a hunter, the pride of gouging prey that had brought down themselves. However, being told to gouge a corpse that someone else had brought down ran contrary to that sentiment. Of course, the witch didn't mean it in that way, but for the Seven Sisters it was horribly humiliating. However, they had already screwed this up with 2 of the sisters defeated, so they had no right to question her. Only Ronove appreciated this, and he rested his hand on the shoulder in understanding.
There's an order from Beatrice-sama. Lucifer, carry these 3 and dispose of them in accordance with the etiquette of the ceremony. Then, when you are done, lend me a hand with the cleanup.
Certainly. The witch looked down upon the Hideyoshi's corpse as though implying that the now delicate atmosphere was all Hideyoshi's fault.
Stupid man. And you didn't even have to die. Dear! Dear, where are you? You're there, right? Answer me!
The crash of a thunderbolt woke Eva from her nightmare. If Hideyoshi had been gripping her hand at that time, her fearful heart would probably have been instantly healed. However, Hideyoshi, who had supposedly sworn that he wouldn't leave even for a moment, was nowhere to be seen in that room.
Dear, answer me! Dear!
Okay. We're done, by the way. But I'm flabbergasted. There's so much. Ugh. The characters are so good. There's so many that are Giga Nothing Burger, but the ones that aren't is just, I could spend an entire hour stream just talking about each one. Like 1 hour per character. And it's like on a tier. It's on a tier. Tiers, I mean. Like, okay, the interesting, super in-depth characters to me are Beatrice, Kinso, Natsuhi, Jessica, Eva, Rosa and Maria. Half the cast. 7 characters. Yeah, before ending this turn, let's rank them in terms of how fun and interesting it is to read them. Let me write them down. Kinso, Rosa, Maria, Eva, Natsuki. So yeah, out of these, at the bottom is Maria, because I feel like there's some, like right now I cannot read her, because so there's a lot of things. She's a very interesting representation of childhood autism, and I find that really interesting. So that's already interesting. But obviously, a lot of her issues stem from her household, and there's just a lot to read into that. It's kind of too in your face, and it's interesting to think about, but not too much to talk about, I guess. But I'm sure later she's going to get a lot of things said about her, and it's going to make her even more interesting. Above Maria we have Kinso, because the same thing, where right now I can't really read them too much, but it's just, they're full of potential to be extremely interesting. Like, what made Kinso be the way he is? Why is Ryuki social worker, blah blah blah? I don't know what you're saying. Are you making fun of me or? Okay, with Kinso is just very interesting how he became the way he is. Why is he so obsessed with obsession? Like this need to control something, is it because he never saw the Ushinoya family as his own? So he saw himself as being put in charge of something that isn't his. So he loves gambling because he likes to have something to prove that it's his, and he wants to own something like Beatrice to have something tangible that is his. There's like something to talk about there, but it's just we haven't learned enough about him because he's always hiding, so there isn't too much to read into, but it's interesting. It's so interesting. Above that, Rosa, because y'all saw me yap endlessly during last episode about her. The reason Maria is so good is because... No way, really? That is such a cool tidbit. It makes so much sense. Oh my gosh, no wonder she is such a heartbreaking character. Wow. Well, thank you for telling me. I would have never known. Well, if they say it that much, I guess someday I would have known, but now I know early. Oh yeah, Rosa is an incredible character. Just all the reading about her inferiority complex. Well, no, it's not, no, she doesn't have an inferiority complex. Eva has the inferiority complex. Also, crazy to put them in the tier list and not even. It's not a tier list of how much I like them. It's a tier list of how in depth they are and how fun they are to read into. With Rosa, her. It's not really like a half inferiority complex. It's just like. It kind of is. No, it is. It's just Eva and Marie and Rosa have different types of inferiority complexes. Eva is someone who wants to prove that she is inferior. And she feels inferior because of how much she's been thrown to the ground. Rosa feels inferior because she is the youngest sister and all the other ones are doing things and she doesn't insert herself into things a lot. But she's kind of okay with feeling inferior. She doesn't really care. Her inferiority complex developed into just not caring much. She doesn't care about the family. She just wants she's very selfish. Her selfish inferiority complex. And it's just so interesting to read into because all the past and her past and how she treats Maria and her anger issues is just, there's so much there, right? And now the last four we have here, Eva, Natsuki, Jessica, and Beatrice, they're all in the same tier, TVH. They're just... Each one I could spend an hour talking about, seriously. Eva recently now, because it's just... Oh man, again, it's not my field of expertise. So I would love, whenever I'm done with the game, to read if someone made an essay on if Eva is a interesting depiction of BPD, bipolar disorder, because it's just the fact is just so interesting. It's so interesting. And you already know how I feel about Eva, Jessica, and Beatrice. Yeah, it's just so good. Go that S tier. Absolutely. Yeah, but those right there, those characters. Wow. I can't wait to learn more. Except we won't learn more. We won't learn more of Natsuki or Jessica or Rosa. Because they already had their times to shine. It's over. They peaked in high school. This is Eva's episode. And Maria, hopefully, next time. And Kinsa, hopefully also next time. But that's it. My jaw hurts, my cheek hurts from smiling. Alright, let's look at the manga panel. First picture. Oh, she looks so crunchy. I like it though. It looks very nice. Oh. Second page. Oh, Skull's crying face. Third picture. Oh gosh. Fourth picture. This is even sadder than in the game. Oh my gosh, I forgot to say that it's interesting how it's already coming true what I said. The rabbit on the moon reading that I had. She already lost her husband. She needs to lose George next. George just needs to die. George needs to die. He needs to die this this episode. Fifth picture. Oh. This artist, dude. This artist. No, this is too much. Final picture. Ugh. Gosh. Obviously, episode 1 is my favorite because Natsuhi. But this episode It's going to be so... Okay, episode 1 is my favorite because of bias reasons, because I like it. But episode 3 is like, this is phenomenal. This is just stupendously phenomenal. It's going to be so hard to beat this. Making Eva the star of this one is incredible choice. Okay, now we're done for real. Thank you for the panel. Oh, it never ceases to amaze. Now we're done for real. Farewell to all, and thank you all for watching. That was fun, I guess. I'll see you all next month. Farewell, and have a wonderful rest of your day.